Welcome to the space. This is Him and Her Tarot, where I share messages of life, love, intimacy, and well being for the divine masculine and feminine. These videos are intended for mature audiences only, so use them as confirmation and not speculation. Anything else you need to know from me will be linked in the description box below. If you feel triggered by anything, please be sure to seek counsel with your higher self for clarity and peace as you pace, as a part of my divine assignment is to help empower you through your mistakes and create more positive narratives around them, okay? And sometimes it's going to sting. Sometimes you won't agree. But guess what? It's always led with love, all right? So with that being said, this is Empress checking in. Today we have an 818 message, and if you have not been watching any of my previous videos, I've been called, so to speak, to start using both my knowledge from the synchronicities I get through numbers and angel numbers, and with Strong's Concordance, which is from the Bible. And if that's not your jam, then this is not the channel for you. But that is just what God has led me to do and how I've been called to deliver these messages and guidance. Now, I'm not new to Strong's and Concordance. I know about it. I just have never used it on the channel. And a part of me not using it on the channel was, I'm going to say, a little bit of fear of, those people out there who they're just those people out there, okay? If you know, you know. So anyways, overcoming all of that, here we are. And I'm so happy because I can't even lie to y'all. Since I started doing this on the channel, the downloads have been coming like bam, 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 okay? Back to back. It has strengthened my gift so much just by doing it this way. So let this, before we jump in, let this be an encouragement to anybody out there who's feeling like they are going against the grain, going against tradition. I want you to know that in this day and age, we are the tradition. We are setting a new tone for what tradition looks like, okay? We are breaking down narrow-minded perspectives and narratives and showing people that you don't have to pick sides, all right? It's all about the energy that goes into it. So with that being said, this 818, okay, is all about, it's all about new beginnings. Let's just start there, all right? So when we deduce 818 down, we get the number 8. And we know that 8 is usually associated with abundance, karma, that boomerang effect, okay? The number 1 being new beginnings, creating our own reality, all right? This made me think of this Chris and Teeb song. And in the song, they say, I think, therefore I am. I think the song is called Greatness. So in the song it goes, I think, therefore I am greatness. So go look that up. But this made me think of that song, especially the new beginnings part, because this is the I think, therefore I am is also the first principle of Rene. I might mess this name up, but he is a philosopher. But his name is Rene Descartes. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But anyway, this is the first principle of his philosophy. I think, therefore I am. And it's no wonder the number 1 is associated with new beginnings, and this is the first principle. So when we're talking about new beginnings, it all starts with your thoughts first. Before anything takes physical form in terms of a new beginning, it all starts with you. It starts with your thoughts and the vibrations that you're giving off, the frequency that you're operating at, all right? Our thoughts feed and influence our beliefs, which feeds and influences our feelings, and this feeds and influences our actions, all right? Now in Strong's, 818 is to dishonor or treat disgracefully. And I'm going to tie it all together in a minute because y'all know if you don't, I'm a storyteller up here. So that's how I use these numbers, and that's how I use Strong's and my gift to bring it all together with the tarot, with my personal decks that I make. I bring it all together for you. So here's what I got as far as notes when it came to this. Whenever we recycle thoughts that don't reflect what we truly desire and visualize, okay, we not only dishonor ourselves, we also allow others to dishonor us. Anytime we engage in activities that no longer resonate with who we are trying to become, we also dishonor God and the calling that God has placed over our life. Now, let's not get our panties in a bunch about the dishonoring God part, because when you're doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. We all grown here, okay? Now, so don't throw the book at me on that one. I just want to help us normalize seeing, believing, and thinking of ourselves as the Most High sees us, so that we can align with the divine design. All right? That's bars for you. Some of y'all listening could absolutely be locked in, making sure that you keep your mind and heart and your eyes on the things above. And to anyone out there who may find themselves falling back into triggering or negative thoughts, I want you to know that it's just an opportunity to further fine-tune that frequency that you're on, that you're holding, the vibration that you're in. All right? That's right there with shadow work. Whenever we find ourselves in those negative cycles, that's really just the shadow knocking at your door like, hey, I'm here to see you about your light work extended warranty. No, but seriously, that's an opportunity not to beat yourself up or to think that you haven't done anything in the healing department. It's just a little nudge like, hey, you might want to bring your attention over here for just a second. I noticed that you were spiraling, and this is probably why. So let's put a little bit more intention and attention on this right here. I feel some of you have also been convicted in your spirit that on things, thoughts, and beliefs that you need to release, okay? And maybe you weren't sure if you should, or maybe you're having a hard time trusting that you can move on. But let me be the one to say you can and you will, especially if you keep hanging out on my channel, because I'm going to fuck around and keep empowering you to do so. All right? If we don't do anything else, we're going to grow through. All right? And we're going to be empowered along the way. So before we get into the cards, I will share a personal story. Shortly after Mother's Day, I myself was greeted with a conviction to let go of something that God really had asked me to release months ago. Like, I ain't even gonna flex on Big G. Like, Ben asked me to let this go, right? And despite how bad I wanted to, I was still torn. Okay? I let this time though. This time I just surrendered to it. I kept hearing obedience is better than sacrifice. Okay? And I started forgetting about what I thought I'd be missing out on by releasing this thing. And I shifted my focus towards all that I'd be actually gaining. And I don't know why I didn't think about it from that perspective before. But I know everything has its season. So I didn't really question it. I just started being thankful for having that revelation. Now, had I been stuck in my feelings about having to release this thing, had I still been being disobedient, who knows what would have happened. But I gave myself a fighting chance, and I said, instead of being worried about what I might be losing, let me start trying to see what I might be gaining. And that actually had to come from spending more time with myself, my spiritual team, and just really reflecting on, like, is this even really serving me at this point in my life, at this season that I'm in, and where God is trying to take me? Is this thing that I'm needing to release even really serving me? It's kind of like when a parent tells you, it's time to go to bed, or it's time to stop doing something that you really want to be doing, but it's not good for you, it's not helping you, it's not serving you. And of course, we feel like we know it all, so we're like, I don't see it from that perspective. But that's when you can see it from that perspective, that's growth. And that's something to be proud of. Because sometimes you can't see what the benefits of something is when you're being asked to let go of something that you really want to hold on to. I have the Emperor card that came out. And this is from my Neo Tarot deck. So that's the leading energy for this reading, the Emperor. And I will, okay, card. I will get into the book to, get some more clarity on this and how it relates to my notes. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. Ooh, heavy masculine. And okay. What masculine am I talking to today? I see you, boo. Stepping into your era. All right. And you don't have to be a man, but I am getting that there may be a male I'm talking to. Any more cards? I think I'm going to take maybe 2 or 3 more. I don't know. Lately, I've been really loving the 5-card spread. Usually, I will only do 3, but I'm loving the 5 card. Oh, we have the Hanged Woman. All right, feminine, you better come on in. She said, wait, don't forget. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about us. No, baby, no, baby. You might be being led to let go of a relationship or some kind of connection. I don't know. That Mariah Carey song just came to my mind. The next card we have is the Chariot. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's get into the guidebook and see what we talking about. I'm loving this already, y'all. Like, if you could see this, you could probably hear it in my voice, but if you could see the smile, would y'all look at this spread? Just look at it. Look at it. Okay, let's see. We have the Hanged Woman. I think we'll do the Hanged Woman first. All right. That's the first page I can't see. The Hanged Woman. So we'll do the theme. I'm going to give you the affirmation, and I'm going to give you the meaning. I may do the self-care. I don't know. But let's start there. The theme of the Hanged Woman is suspension, meditation, surrender, and grace. So what was I saying about surrender? Oh, okay. Anyways, the affirmation is, with stillness and trust, I surrender in order to truly evolve. Sometimes we're not always going to see the benefits, but we know deep down, if we let this thing go, God's got you the rest of the way, but you have to trust, and you have to surrender, and you have to get still, okay? That's why I said I had to really spend time with myself. Get still. The meaning of this card is, when you have a different perspective from everyone else, you can struggle with it or accept yourself, letting go in order to be free of fear or judgment. In fact, the Hanged Woman, traditionally called the Hanged Man, is asking you to trust yourself fully and act from a place of knowing grace. Act from a place of knowing grace. That's bars. But seriously, you have to really, really be tapped in with your intuition, because sometimes our mind and our habits will trick us up out of our spot. When you welcome the cards you've been dealt, own your limitations, and slow down, then you can cultivate real humility, peace, and spiritual integration. That's when profound transformations can occur. Hello. Hello, somebody. If you hear me knocking, let me in. I think I am going to do the self-care card. The self-care part. There's nothing we can do to transcend our bodies or be free of our physical form. In this life, we're in these vessels. So learn to fully accept your body. Understand its movement and capabilities as well as its pain points by doing 20 minutes of gentle stretching when you wake up. Bend your body to your comfort level. breathe through what feels restricted, and take pleasure in how sacred a simple physical act can feel. Baby, when I tell you, stretching every day, especially when you first wake up, my, the level of, I can't even explain. There's so many different areas it impacts and improves just by doing that simple act every day. Not only are you improving your body, your physical body, with flexibility and strengthening and conditioning, you're also strengthening and conditioning your mind. You're also strengthening and conditioning your spirit. Even though you're moving, that is a very great way to also meditate. I love movement meditation. Now, I'm all the way here for sitting still, but I love movement meditation. That for me works, okay? And it works better than me trying to sit still and meditate. But when you tap into that and you free flow, you just let it flow. Don't try to force it. Like it said, breathe through what feels restricted and just flow, okay? Hopefully that helps somebody out there. Let's get to the next card. The Chariot. The theme is willpower, achievement, determination, and confidence. Baby, the cards. My notes that I took, they were from my mind. These were just downloads I was receiving last night, actually, and I was trying to sleep. So I'm waking up out of my sleep to write stuff down, and they were just coming back to back. But let's keep going. Affirmation for the Chariot is, I am in control of my own destiny, and my purpose is divine. The meaning, when we're heading in the right direction, which you are, we only want to go faster. Once you've picked a path, the outcome will be everything you hope for. So why rush it? Take a pause instead. There's that stillness. Think about where you are right now. Being present, okay? Will remaining in your chariot be enough to fulfill you? To really expand, you'll eventually have to get out of your vehicle, drop all your labels, and go deeper. Be willing to go on a journey of self-discovery. Find strength in your purpose. We're very heavy on the purpose here. So whatever this is that you are being called towards and you're being called to release, obviously whatever you're holding on to is dishonoring you. It is dishonoring your body, your mind, your spirit, and it's holding you back from really taking that leap of faith forward and having the clarity to do so. When you're caught up in whatever, your mind isn't thinking clearly about the path ahead. You're too focused on whatever it is that you have going on, or whatever from the past, whatever is keeping you stuck in these cycles of disgracing yourself or allowing others to disgrace you. Whatever karma you're building, it's boomeranging. It's coming back to you. So it's hard to step into this new beginning if you're constantly in this loop of disgracing yourself, dishonoring what you know you need to be working towards. The self-care for this card is go barefoot. So this could be somebody needing to ground themselves, getting out of your vehicle. Put your feet on the ground, okay? Maybe you only have an hour to spare, or maybe you can spend a day or two barefoot. Enjoy the freedom of having your toesies out and the opportunity to walk directly on the earth. What else could you shed? Think about what the phrase lightening your load means to you and what that might look like. Then consider how it makes you feel. Okay? Let's go to the Emperor. The theme is leadership, structure, benevolent authority, and society. The meaning of the Emperor, the affirmation is, I run things with integrity and conviction because I am the master of my life. What did the Chariot say about I am in control of my own destiny. I mean, the cards align, baby. The meaning, the Emperor is the card of social order and rules. It indicates mastery and authority in one's life because despite its stern, cold reputation, the Emperor allows us to use rules and the ability to say no, to stand in your power as the authority in our lives. It asks us to exercise discernment, confidence, and the ability to take stock. Without that ability to create order, we'd flail. Use it now. Listen, use it now. Stand in that power, stand in that authority. Operate on that first principle. I think, therefore I am. Whatever you are thinking, you are becoming. And we want to be becoming this Emperor energy, okay? And we're going to do that by getting in this hanged woman energy, getting still, recognizing that we have power over our destiny, but we have to ground. We have to spend time with ourselves. We have to really drop down and let go of the things that aren't serving us anymore. There's only so many places you can get into with a vehicle. You can't drive a vehicle inside the front door of a house or a building. I mean, you could, but that's frowned upon. Okay? The self-care is saying no is difficult at the best of times. But learning how to do so is a crucial part of reclaiming your agency. So that dishonor, that disgrace, the things you need to release, I know it's hard to say no. I told you my story. I was struggling, okay? Struggling. But I had to get to this Emperor energy and say, hey, this ain't working, okay? And the only person that can change it is me. Look for situations where you might be taking the path of least resistance against your better judgment. Instead, dig in your heels. Defend yourself with clear, non-violent communication. Make yourself heard, and you'll be surprised how willing to compromise, at the least, people are. When you listen, I know it might feel like standing up for yourself against people who may be dishonoring or disgracing you, or trying to get away with doing things to you because you're not in your Emperor energy just yet. I know that can be kind of scary. I know that it can feel like nobody's going to listen. People are going to do what they want to do. However, you will be surprised if you just speak up how many people are willing to comply. I had a card pop out in a reading the other day that said, people only pick fights with those who they think are not prepared for it. Prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourselves. Now, the King of Pentacles the theme is enterprising, highly capable, secure, and established. Now, that came right out after the Emperor card, y'all. The affirmation is, I achieve everything I turn my mind. I think, therefore I am everything I turn my mind to. I am a magnet for abundance. Come on, new beginnings. Come on, 8 energy. The meaning of this card is a person or energy that signals providing, responsibility, and prosperity. A card of utilitarianism. Oh, that word almost got me. The downfall of this energy, when out of alignment with self and nature, is materialism. But as long as possessions are a source of personal satisfaction and not obsession, shared freely with those in need, it's perfectly fine to be content. This card says you've earned it, be proud, and it can represent Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And those signs came up in my last reading right before this one. So this could be a follow-up to that. Listen, it's okay to be in this King of Pentacles energy. It's okay to own your abundance. You are prosperous. You are literally walking prosperity. But don't let that shit go to your head, though, okay? Don't forget to stay grounded. All right. Or you could end up in that upside down energy again. Or you might end up in that upside down energy, period. The self-care is, this may not seem instantly appealing, but the King of Pentacles knows the reward is worth the effort. You got to do your part. Okay, that said, take a couple of hours to go through your finances, transfer any funds you need to, add your cash to your savings account, file your taxes, or send some invoices. Do something that feels too practical to be considered self-care. Then see how much better you feel when it's done. You know, one of my favorite too practical self-care things is taking out my clothes the night before. Oh my goodness, the satisfaction I get when I wake up in the morning and I don't have to figure out what to put on. Now, granted, sometimes I will change my mind because that's just me. But for the most part, it's so satisfying to know that that's one less thing that I have to worry about for the day. That's one less stress, one less activity. I could just wake up, get dressed, and be done with it, okay? I am going to pull some of my wellness deck cards, okay? Let's see what we got here. Love yourself enough to let yourself go when it's time to grow. Get out of your own way. You never needed instructions or more signs or any more confirmation. Period, poo. Love yourself enough to let yourself go. So when I was talking about disgracing ourselves and disgracing and dishonoring ourselves by continuing to engage in things that we know we need to let go of, that's what that's about. Okay, let's see. We have the mother wound card that fell out. So this could be holding you up. You may have a mother wound that needs more attention. It could be something passed down through your maternal lineage. Maybe it could be an addiction. It could be just stuff that you saw growing up. Maybe you saw your mom or mother figure, or just women in your family in general, who stayed stuck in this upside down energy, who couldn't break free of those things that they were dishonoring themselves and could not step into new beginnings and new cycles. You may be being the one called to break that cycle, break that pattern in your lineage. You are a powerful creator of solutions. Okay, so yeah, just confirmation all around the table, guys. You are a powerful creator of solutions. And it's all right here. It's all in the cards. It's letting you know that you are, in fact, in charge of your destiny. So don't take that lightly. Do not take that lightly. It's a huge responsibility, of course, to be called to especially break generational cycles. I know. Trust me. I know. But it is so worth it in the end. Like the King of Pentacles. It's so worth the effort, okay? If you have it, take care of it. If you don't have it yet, act as if. So even if you're not in this King of Pentacles or this Emperor energy just yet, still do your best to embody that energy as much as you can from day to day. Start with small, like they said, seemingly non-practical self-care, and build your way up, okay? Others may walk this road with you, but they can't walk it for you, okay? You're going to find people who will walk with you on this road, but they absolutely cannot walk it for you. Ooh, my. Let's see what we got. Okay. So we have tree pose that came out. So if you're into yoga, we were talking about stretching and moving earlier, that could be a significant yoga pose. And if you take the if you take the hanged woman and flip her upright, she's almost in that tree pose position. So that may be significant for somebody. Back end structure and systems came out, so that's definitely giving me that emperor energy. There may be some systems and structure on the back end that you need to focus on at this time, especially when we're talking about releasing and standing up for yourself. And the emperor was talking about being structured, being orderly, having rules. Some of you may be too loose out here, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean, you may be loose with your energy. You could be loose with the way you allow people to treat you and the things that you accept. And it's time to get some structure going on. It's time to stop letting people play in your face. Okay? And we also had the Hermit Mode card come out. So this could definitely be related to this Hanged Woman and the Chariot energy, where it's time to, go within. Spend some time with yourself. Spend more time with Source. You may not be getting clarity because you're not spending enough time with God. We got the Allow and Surrender. Y'all, the cards are just speaking. I just work here. I just freaking work here. Let me see if we, have any last messages is what I was trying to say. I'm going to take these last two cards that fell upright. One is an affirmation card, and it says, "My divine light attracts others who respect and reflect my vibration." This is what we want. This is going to come once you start getting these systems in order and stop letting people play in your face. You're going to start attracting your true tribe. People who really are down for you and who really do support you. And who like-minded and like-spirited individuals. Because whatever you think, you become. Whatever you become, you attract. Okay? Adjust your crown as often as needed. Creation is your birthright and expansion is your nature. This 8 energy is so clear. Expansion is your nature. And at the bottom of the deck, spiritual awareness is increasing. Okay? So for those of you who are spending this time in hermit mode and you are spending this time, with yourself, you stepped out of your chariot so that you can get grounded and you can see things more clearly. Your spiritual awareness is increasing. And for those who aren't doing this, once you do, that spiritual awareness will increase. That's why I said maybe you're not getting the clarity you need because you're not spending enough time in the spirit. All right? So I'm going to end this session here. And I hope that you found resonance with it. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss another session. And in the meantime, I thank you all for being here and tuning in. It really does make my day, even though I can't see y'all in real time doing it. But I know you're watching, okay? And I do check my analytics pretty regularly, so I know. But I'm looking forward to the next session. So y'all come on back now. You hear? This is Empress checking out.